Ako na. Sige dito sa ladbad. Sige. Dira ra katura. Security and risk analysis. Kana. Okay. Security and risk analysis are the reason for all security activities. Whatever problems are involved, be it cash, negotiable instruments, permanent assets, and fixture, or even intangible assets like trade secrets. This means that security and risk analysis are the main reason why security measures are done in the first place. It's about checking what could go wrong or what could be lost, like money, valuable items, company property, or even important informations such as trade secrets. By doing this analysis, an organization can figure out what needs to be protected and how to do it properly. In short, ang security and risk analysis helps us understand the risk so we can prevent problems before they happen. Next, bud. Security analysis. When an organization decides to protect its assets, it is necessary to clearly understand the actual threats to assets through an effective security plan. Without the security plan, decision makers will have to rely on guessworks in choosing the precautions and countermeasures against threats. This means that when a company or organization wants to keep its things safe, like its money, information, or equipments, it first needs to understand what kind of danger or threats could happen. To do that, they need to make a security plan, because the plan helps them see what needs protection and how to protect it. Without a plan, they just be guessing what to do, which might lead to mistakes or weak protection. So basically, a security plan helps them make smart and effective decisions to keep everything safe. Next, bud. The loss event profile, the probability of those events happening, and the criticality or impact of the loss. Together, this helps determine the risk to assets and the seriousness of potential threats. Defining the problem. Security risk analysis requires 3 key factors: loss event profile, type of threats or risk, loss event probability, likelihood or threats, loss event criticality, impact of loss on the organizations. So this means that when doing a security risk analysis, we need to clearly understand the problem by looking at these 3 key factors. First is loss event profile, which means identifying what kind of threats or risks might happen, like thief, fire, or data loss. Second is loss event probability, which tells us how likely those threats are to happen. Like, mahitabo ba ni siya usahay or permanente. Lastly is the loss event criticality, which means how serious the effects would be if that loss actually happen. Sabay cause ani niya small problems ba or big problems ani na organizations. So by studying these three factors, we can figure out which risks are most dangerous and what needs the most protection. Next, bud. So, this loss event profile. The loss event profile identifies the different threats that can cause harm to assets. It involves understanding the risk, conditions, and activities that might lead to loss. By recognizing these events, organizations can prepare for and reduce their vulnerabilities. So loss event profiles identifies threats that may cause loss. In, involves risk, conditions, activities, and relationships. Helps recognize possible loss events. So this means that the loss event profile is about finding out what kind of threats or danger could harm the organization's assets. It helps identify things like what risks exist, what situation or activities could lead to problems, and how those things are connected. By knowing these possible threats early, the organization can prepare better and find ways to uh sorry, to avoid the damage. So in short, loss event profile is it's about understanding what could go wrong so the company can be ready for it. Mandaman nila. Sige, next bud. Loss event probability measures how likely a threat to occur is to occur. It is expressed using the formula P equals F N, where F is the number of favorable outcomes and N is the total possible outcomes. To, to assess probability effectively, knowledge of possible loss conditions is required along with expertise in risk evaluation. Loss event probability formula P equals F and F is equals to favorable outcomes, N is equals to total possible outcomes. So loss events probability means finding out how likely a threat is to happen. It uses formula P equals F N, where F is the number of times it could occur and N is the total possible events. So this helps the organization. So these events, I mean, this formula helps the organization know which risks are more likely, so they can prepare better. Ma mandaman nila ang mandaman nila una pag may problema. Sige, next bud. Okay. Factors affecting probability. The likelihood or loss can be influenced by several factors. The physical environment includes climates, geography, and locations. The social environment involves aspects like age, group, income levels, and crime rates. The political environment covers government stability, policies, and general attitudes in a given area. Factors affecting probability. Physical environment. So, climate, geography, and locations. For social environment, is age groups, income, crime, etc. And for political environment is government stability and policies. So this means that the chance of something bad happen can depends on on these three different factors. For the physical environment is it includes things like the weather, locations, and surroundings. For example, ano kanang place nga often hit by a typhoon is na sila higher wala sila mga place nga na higher risk. The social environment naman is looks at people in the area like their age, income, etc. If a place has a high crime, the risk is higher. The kaning sa political environment, so dito is depends on how stable the government is and what policies are in place.
Sige.
These ratings helps organization measures the chance of spread and decide on the appropriate countermeasures. Virtual certainty will occur. Very probable. Likely to occur. Very probability. May or may not occur. Less probable. Very probable. Sufficient data. So this means that probability rating used to measure how likely something is to happen. There are the 5 levels of probability. First is virtual certainty. Virtual certainty is it has a 100% chance it will happen. So next is very probable. It will most likely happen. So this rating only has 5% chance it will happen. Next is average probability. So this ratings is might or might not happen. It has a 50% chance something will happen. So 50-50. Ay may tabo or wala. Next is less probable. It's not very likely to happen. So this ratings only has 5% chance it will happen. Next is very probable. So this ratings is nothing will happen. It has a 0% chance it will happen. So actually 100% chance. So next one. So loss event criticality refers to the impact of a loss assets or issues as a whole. It measures how serious the loss is in financial terms and its impact on survival. The formula for insurance coverage. Effects of loss on assets. Formulas. K equals this is plus CT plus CR plus C 1 minus A. So CP is equal to permanent replacement cost. CT is for temporary replacement cost. CR is repeated cost. Discounted cash. I1 is for insurance. A is for insurance premium. So this means that loss event criticality shows how serious or damaging a loss can be to an organization. It looks at how much money the company might lose, and how it could affect its ability to keep running. So the formula here is K equals parenthesis CP plus CT plus CR plus CD plus parenthesis minus open parenthesis 1 minus A. So this formula helps calculate CP is the most permanently replacing what was lost. CT is the temporary replacement cost. CR is other related cost. CD is discounted cash. 1% the insurance coverage. Simple terms, it measures how big the damage will be if something goes wrong, so the organization knows how to repair or recover. Next bad. Impact levels. The seriousness of loss can be measured by its percentage impact. A percent impact is fatal to organizations. 75% is very serious, 50% is average, 5% is less serious, and 0% determine the urgency of addressing risk. So here are the impact levels. 100% is fatal, 75% very serious, 50% average, 25% is less serious, and 0% is important. So this means that impact levels shows how serious a loss is to an organizations. Measures in percentage. 100% it's fatal, it can destroy the organizations. 5% is very serious, it causes major problems kung ang problema. 50% is average. It's a noticeable loss but manageable. Ang problem siya nga makita tapos dali ra pud manage. Then 25% is less serious because only minor issues, simple lang dali ra siya masolusyonan. 0% means it's important, it has little to no effect. So 0% is hindi siya importante, no? That's only effects to organization. So this scale helps organizations know which risk need to be handled first and which one are less urgent. Next bad. Security hazard. Organization must protect life and property through disaster preparedness and emergency management. This minimizes losses and ensure business continuity after disasters such as storms, fire, explosions, sabotage, civil unrest, nuclear incidents, or earthquakes. Managers should coordinate with local authorities to maximize the use of corporate and community resources during emergencies. So this means that organizations need to keep property safe by being prepared for disaster and emergencies. Doing this helps reduce damage and allows the business to keep running even after events like storms, fire, explosions, or earthquake. It also means that managers should work together with local authorities so we can use both companies and communities resources effectively to assist being prepared helps protect lives and keeps our organization stable after a disaster. Next na Val.
Ano na ba? Number 1, natural hazard. So, ang kaning natural hazard ay they are risks arising from natural phenomena. Nobody can do anything to prevent this kind of occurrences, but they are measures that can face or install to minimize the damage or destruction of property, injury, or loss of life. Since it is part of physical security, security plans must be coordinated with the installation, emergency, and disaster plans. In the design of security plans, emergency situations and disasters must be fully considered so that in the event of their occurrences, immediate course of action can be made, thus preventing or minimizing the loss of property and life. So, kaning natural hazard is mga panganib gikan sa natural na phenomena. Natural na mga disaster. So, mga example sa natural phenomena is flash flood, earthquake, fires, storms, volcanic eruptions, lightning storms, and landslides. So, walay kinsa ang makalitay ani pero naay mga steps na pwede gamiton or i-install para malikayan or maibsan ang mga pinsala o pagkasira ng ari-arian. Ang kaning natural hazard, guys, is part of sa physical security. Why? Because nakapakita siya tinuod nga physical na banta sa mga tao, ari-arian, property, infrastructure, and also information system. Ang physical security is dili lang siya para sa human-based threats like theft, vandalism, or terrorism. Para po sa pagprotekta sa mga assets from non-human threats, including those from the natural environment. Next part. Number 2, we have man-made hazards. Human or man-made hazards are one of the major concerns of personnel in charge of the safeguarding and protecting a plant or installation. It is the result of a state of mind, attitude, and weakness or character trait, either overt or covert, which can disrupt the operation of an organization. The man-made hazard is mga panganib na pangyayari o kondisyon na dulot ng pagkilos para sa isang natural na sakuna. Example, industrial accidents like explosions, chemical spills, structural failures, mga building na nakolapse tungod sa poor construction, transportation accidents like train crashes, train derailment, or traffic collisions tungod sa human error. But major risks. Some of the major categories or risks are arranged according to its seriousness. Nuclear attack. Ito ay isa sa pinakamamisalang uri ng armas na naglalabas ng malakas na pagsabog. Natural catastrophe. Sobrang lawak at lala ng pinsala. Industrial disaster. Malubhang aksidente na mahitabo sulod sa pabrika, planta o minahan. Civil disturbance and malicious destruction. Civil disturbance ay tumutukoy sa anumang kilos ng publiko na nagdudulot ng kaguluhan, for example, mga rally, protesta o riot. Malicious destruction naman ay sinadyang paninira ng pag-aari ng iba. Other crimes, for example, cybercrime, vandalism, forgery, pamamigay ng dokumento, etc. Conflict of interest. Isang sitwasyon kung saan ang isang tao o organisasyon ay may mga nakikipagkompetensya ng interes o katapatan na posibleng makasira sa kanilang paghimo o desisyon, paghatol o pagkilos. Other risks, for example, natural disaster, cyber attack, pandemic, political instability. Next. Risk management alternatives and strategies. Risk avoidance, complete elimination or eradication of the risk from the business, government, or industrial responsibility environment for which the risk manager has the responsibility. Risk avoidance, iniwasan o inaalis ang posibilidad na pangalis sa paraan ng pag-iwas sa usa ka proyekto, gawain o desisyon na may potensyal na magdulot ng negatibong epekto. Dito, risk reduction. Decreasing of the risk by minimizing the probability of the potential loss. Risk reduction of criminal opportunity is often accomplished by situational grant prevention strategies to discourage, deny, or deter criminal risk reduction. Ito ay paraan o hakbang na ginagawa natin para bawasan ang posibilidad na mangyari ang usa ka panganib o kaya ay bawasan ang epekto nito kung sakaling mangyari. Number 3, risk spreading. The distribution of the risk through compartmentalization or decentralization to limit the impact, criticality of the potential loss. Spreading, ginagamit upang ikalat o pamahagi ang panganib sa iba't ibang bahagi, proyekto, lokasyon, produkto o grupo. Number 4, risk transfer. The movement of the financial impact of the potential loss over to an insurance company. Risk transfer. Ang isang organisasyon o individual ay ililipat ang epekto ng panganib sa ibang resipido. Number 5, risk self-assumption. This is a planned assumption and acceptance of the potential risk by making a deliberate managerial decision of doing nothing about the threat or setting aside resources for use in case of a specific loss experience. Risk self-assumption. Isang konsepto ng batas at pamamahala ng peligro. Number 6, combination of the above. Making use of two or more of the above given strategies to manage potential skills, risks, and threats. Ito ay kombinasyon ng iba't ibang strategy at doon pumapasok ang risk self-assumption bilang bahagi ng mas malawak na risk management strategy. Next part.